Thank you everyone for being here. This is an amazing event, and you're all making it so much fun for me. So, my name is Scott Vorthmann. I want to talk about this collaboration that I've done with Aaron Siegel, who we just heard from a bit ago. Yesterday, you might have noticed on some of the tables, some folks were building a polyhedron. It's a very special polyhedron. I'm not going to talk about its interesting properties, but maybe you can see them right now. We didn't have green struts, so hopefully some happy 3 people are taking home this polyhedron. They got it in their hotel room right now. That's awesome. This is really answering the why question of why do we need to extend Zometool? It's pretty good already. Well, if you have more directions coming out of the ball, then there's more structures you can build, more shapes. And again, this one can't be built except with these exact struts. It's unique. So let's look at the why question a little bit more. Here's a great rhomboicosahedodecahedron. It's been squashed with sort of a linear transformation, and what you had built with blue struts spherically is now an ellipsoid with red, blue, green, and purple. Here's something made only from purple struts. Nice little tetrahedral confection. Also has these beautiful prisms going through it. Another linear transformation, another stretched great rhomboicosahedodecahedron. Twice, thank you. Now with orange and blue and purple. So again, anything you can make in blue, you can make in this sort of stretch system. It's very interesting. And one of my favorites, and one of the first ones I saw, my good friend Brian Hall designed this years ago, or founded, if you like. Also a unique construction up to handedness. It is tangled pentagons in orange and equilateral triangles in blue. Sorry, in purple. They look blue. So hopefully that's giving you some idea of the why we want to do this. If you follow the links at the end of the talk, you'll see I have another page full of maybe a dozen or so really interesting constructions, some really exotic ones, in fact. It's not a new idea to extend Zometool. Some of you have heard me talk about this before, and if you catch me, I'll talk about it. I'll talk your ear off. So I've had a design here that I've used at Shapeways for many years to print the short orange struts. You'll notice the sprues at the end. This is not injection molding, but I still need the sprues to get the cost down. Even so, these 2-inch struts are $2 a piece now. So that's a little bit prohibitive. If you want 60 to build a beautiful icosahedral structure, that's a lot of money. The good news is, as we saw from Aaron, printers are getting really good. I feel like I just turned around and didn't pay attention for a year or two, and suddenly, bam, print failures are a thing of the past. This printer, where's my phone? I believe this is now, you can buy this for about the cost of an iPhone, which is remarkable. And the quality of the prints is really, really good. The reproducibility, the accuracy. If I take one of these struts off the print bed and roll the supports off it, I can stick it in the Zomeball, and I know if it's a good fit, the rest of them will be a good fit. And so it's kind of a new era for this. So Aaron and I got excited. We're giving, anyone in the gift exchange is getting 1 orange, 1 purple, and 1 ball. Sorry, that's not, you can't do much with it, but you can certainly test the fit and verify and maybe get excited yourself. You'll also get a card with a QR code that takes you to a page describing what else you can build, some of the, why do orange and purple exist, things like that. And importantly, I see Aaron nodding, Thingiverse, you'll find the link to Thingiverse where all of our models are, and we'll be adding more, the STL files. So the oranges, actually, they worked out really well. We just took a little bit of tweaking to get our units right, things like that. We were remote. This was in March of 2020. They fit very nicely right off the bat. The purples were a bit more of a problem. If you look, you might be able to see that these don't lie flat on a print bed in this direction, nor do they lie flat on a print bed in this direction. Why is that important? Well, if they don't lie flat, you've got supports. If you've got supports, it takes time to clean it off, and you get a nice rough texture. We don't like rough textures. So I redesigned the purple strut model specifically for extrusion printers. You can see this one will lie flat on the bed. And there's one other feature here that's kind of intriguing. That pentagonal tip, somebody took a bite out of it. There's a weird slice off of it. Why did we do that? We had to iterate a few times on this design to get a good fit. So this was one of the early ones The print bed is on the top of this image. So you can see there's some excess material. We had some droop from the printing where the supports were. Nice thing was it's only supported on that one edge, which was good. But we had to accommodate that, and that's why I sort of changed the shape of the pentagon so it came out a little bit closer. And they do actually fit very well, as we saw yesterday. One more design. You can't get R3 or long red struts anymore from Zometool. They don't manufacture them. In fact, they can't. The molds were lost in the flood. So these are 3D print friendly R3 struts. Again, they're flat on the bottom. If you have any Zometool, you'll be scratching your head. Normally there's an anti-prism in the middle of the strut, in the middle of the body. What's happening here is that twist has been distributed half on each end. And so you might notice the odd angles of the pentagons here on the end. Again, same tip. If it works there, it works here. Here's some of the red struts coming right off the print bed in groups of 3. And again, the supports just roll off. They're really easy to use. Some of that might be Aaron's clever tuning, though, so you might want to talk to him. Here's a nice structure that he and his family built out of them. So that's all the pretty pictures for now. If you want to try some of those interactive 3D models that I've just shown you, you can, on the left, you can see these actual slides. It's an HTML page. It won't work on the iPhone. I tried it, unfortunately, but it's a good way to capture the URL. On the right is a normal web page with text, and that, importantly, has all the links to some of the other things I've talked about. There's also a different QR code on the card with the gift. So that's it for me, and I'm under 6 minutes. Thank you.